Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Pango Plays here, back with another video, and today we are continuing our series on solo Easter eggs and just my thoughts on them and everything. Uh, this video for Voyage and the video for 9 are going to be a little bit different than Blood's because, well, I don't have the footage on the Easter egg footage on my PS4 anymore, so I basically just went out and did like a regular game and got some footage real quick, and I'm pretty sure these videos are not going to be as long and kind of like it's going to be more brief on these two videos. And yeah, so let's get started. So this Easter egg, well, like I said before, it's not gonna be like Blood of the Dead. I'm gonna go over like almost every step or whatever. I'm just gonna pick out a few complaints and a few like good things that I think are really good with Easter egg, and then the complaints, like I said before, that are really just bad with Easter egg. I have to say, I mean, the first two steps are really basic. First one is activate the Sentinel artifact. If you've ever played this map, you know it's just pretty much open a few doors. And then the second one, open pack punch. Again, pretty easy, straightforward. The next step, however, I think is the worst step in this Easter egg, and one of the worst in this whole game, bro. Even Blood, like this is kind of as bad as some Blood steps, dude. Because just God, dude, so basically the step, like, if you've done this Easter egg or seen like a tutorial, you know how bad this step is. Basically, you have to move a bunch of dials and stuff, and I think this step is horrible. It's right after the pack punch too, so it's like your first actual step of the Easter egg. And the step should try to get you intrigued into the Easter egg, interested in it, and make you want to go farther into it. Even Blood did a better job with this, you know? Like the bird step, I thought it was alright, and the knife to the wall and everything. Like, because the beginning of Blood is not even bad, but not enough about Blood. But then we go to Voyage, and then it's a horrible start to the Easter egg, and I really do not like it. It's just so confusing. My first time doing it, I quit the whole Easter egg from this step because I didn't think it would be this complicated, and I just got so frustrated with getting it wrong. It's a bad time. Okay, it's a bad time, and if you really don't know what the step is, I have a video back before with the Voyage. I did the Voyage Easter egg. It's like 20 minutes long. Just don't watch the whole thing. It's kind of trash, but yeah. So I've done the Easter egg, but just that step is I think it's the worst. It's definitely the worst in the whole Easter egg for Voyage. It's definitely worse than any of 9 steps, and then I don't know about Blood, but it's close to Blood. I gotta give it close to Blood. It's just you don't even do anything interesting, exciting, or anything. You have to get clocks numbers, and you have to do some stupid find 4 symbols. It's just a bunch of finding symbols, finding things. It takes a while to do this as well, and then you always have to save a zombie because we're talking about solo here. So you always have to save a zombie, move the dials. It's a bad time. It's a bad time. The rest of the steps are not nearly as bad, but just that step is horrible. I do like the planet step. Like, if you ever even seen any gameplay for this Easter egg or heard of it, you know that people like to talk about the planet one. I think it's actually kind of cool. The way you kind of choose the planets is not as cool. I don't like how you have to like find the orb and everything after you find a health square on the symbol. I don't really like that part, but I do love the just shooting the planets in order. I think it's really cool. I really do like that. And also the boss fight. The boss fight, oh my god, I think it's the best boss fight in BO4 by far. Not BO3, but BO4 is definitely the best boss fight. Like, it's a 5-step boss fight, and just every step is fucking cool. It's thrilling. You always feel like you might die any second, which is probably not a good thing for some people, but I really do like that. One complaint I have to give to this step is that for the last step, the 4th and 5th step, I do feel like you kind of need the Hellion, which is the rocket launcher in this game. You kind of need it for those 2 steps. I mean, technically you don't, but it's just every tutorial and guide has like the Hellion out and everything, and it's just very suggested to have it, and I feel to a point where it's kind of needed. It kind of makes the whole 4th and 5th step pretty easy, and I think without it, it'd just be kind of too difficult for solo, or just unfair difficult. So I don't like that, but I do feel like you can get through it without homunculuses, which are the monkeys in this game. So that's a cool thing. I like that. And also about the boss fight, it's just the way it's just from the first to the second to third. Like, every time you pass a step, you feel really rewarded. You always get a max ammo on a carpenter. It's just you're gonna have a good time doing the boss fight. Also, another thing I like about the Easter egg, but it's not even really what to do with the Easter egg, it's just setting up, getting the Wonder Weapon and all that. I really do like the Wonder Weapon quest for this map. I think it's totally fair for solo, co-op, whatever. I think that it's definitely possible. It's not too hard, it's not too easy. It's mainly on the easy side, but I do feel like it's long enough to really feel like a whole ass Wonder Weapon quest. I really do like that. The shield, I mean, it's the shield. You can't say anything good or bad about it. They're all three parts you have, or throughout the whole map. That's a good thing. That the two first parts are actually between the two first doors, but then the third part's all the way at the end of the map. So I do like how they make you go through the whole map to get through it. But one thing I do not like about this map, and it doesn't even really have to do anything about the Easter egg again, it's just the layout and just the map. I know that sounds bad, but just the map itself is just it's very vertical, which I mean I know a lot of people have been asking for that, but I feel like they did it in a bad way. Like just the way that you have to just maneuver around the map, it takes years. And I know there's the teleport things, but they don't feel like they're throughout the map as much as they should be. I feel like I always have to run back and forth, and especially early on in the Easter egg, can't be you're not willing to spend points because you need all the points you can get. And I know it's like that for every map, but I don't like this layout. I honestly hate it. It's the second worst layout. I think the maps that I have. So Blood obviously being first, but the layout of the map is not exactly good, and I think it's terrible. But I mean that's just me. But that's another reason why I do not like the Easter egg or just the map in general. Another step that about the Easter egg or in the Easter egg that I do also like is the step where you it's like mini boss fights. It's 4 mini boss fights and they're all different. I really do like that. You don't get it too early on where you're not prepared. At that time you should probably have the Wonder Weapon already. And that Kraken is it's OP in this map. That's also another thing I want to talk about is how good the Kraken is and how it fits this map, bro. The Kraken I think is one of the like not the best Wonder Weapons, but it's just one of the best Wonder Weapons to fit with the map. Like just the aesthetic of the Kraken, just everything about the Kraken. The quest, like I said before, just goes amazing with the Kraken. Like the quest, you have to fill up 3 treasure chests, and then after that you go to a certain location and a huge ass Kraken arm comes down, drops you the Kraken, the Wonder Weapon, and it's a really cool quest. The aesthetic is perfect. I think the Wonder Weapon upgrades are also pretty cool. They're not too hard to get, but I also do think that they're kind of easy to get. The change between all the 4 types, I do feel like it's OP because you kind of have unlimited ammo. Because every time you refill the type, you get all your ammo back. So you can just keep on switching between types of Kraken ammo over and over again. And I know it's 6 grand, but when you're high rounds, it doesn't matter. 6 grand is nothing. But it's actually really useful for the Easter egg, and that just saying how easy it is to upgrade and everything. So finally, kind of to end it off, and I know it's kind of early, but I have to say that out of the base launch maps, because I remember I do not have the Black Ops Pass, so I can't say anything about those maps. But I do feel like it's the second worst. It's in the middle between Blood and 9, and just the way this game is, it's just so like you have a really bad map. Gameplay. I'm talking about game. This is all gameplay wise. A really bad map. Then you have a decent map like Voyage, and then you have a really good map. And, I mean, you could tell the other two which ones those are, but it's a weird. The way it launched was really weird. Like the way the maps are. Usually, a game has really good games, really good maps, really bad maps. But yeah, well, that's just about it. That's just about it. I know this video is really short, and I have to say sorry about that because I can't really go through the gameplay. And I mean, I did the Easter egg a while back, so I don't feel like doing it again. I don't think it was good enough to want to do it again, just because of that one step I said before, just the first actual step of the Easter egg. I hate it. It's horrible. It honestly kind of ruins the whole Easter egg. To me, in my opinion, like any kind of urge I get to want to do it again, I just think of that step and I'm like, oh nope, don't want to touch that again. But I do think that it's definitely better than Blood, and just that boss fight. That boss fight almost wins over the urge to want to play. It's honestly the best boss fight in this game so far, including the DLC maps. I mean, I haven't played them, but from what I've seen, the boss fights are not nearly as good. And yeah, guys, so I'm gonna be doing 9 next. It's gonna be the same kind of style. It's probably only gonna be about 10 minutes, maybe even shorter. For that one, I'm gonna be showing Gauntlet gameplay because I actually beat the Gauntlet on Gold. I was gonna make a separate video on that, but I just never got around to it. So I'm just gonna use the gameplay for this Easter egg thing. And yeah, expect that soon. Blood's already out, so go watch that if you haven't watched Blood. And actually, before I leave, guys, I want like if you're new here, I know you probably wouldn't watch the end, but I'm not really good at editing, and I'm not really good at just making the edits look good. So I'm sorry again if like my audio sounds weird, and because I mean I'm using SHAREfactory on PS4. It's the most editing experience I have, and I'm sorry like if there's no music on here. All the music on SHAREfactory is literally ass. But I'm gonna try to get some music on YouTube. So I guess if there is music in this video, then hopefully it's good. If there's not, then I just took the safe route. But yeah, guys, enough talking and trying to make this longer. Yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.